They broke the border. Justin Trudeau broke the border. We didn't have these problems before Justin Trudeau. We didn't have Roxham Road before Justin Trudeau. We didn't have these illegal border crossings before Justin Trudeau. We didn't have, the number of asylum claims have gone from 10,000 to over 200,000 under Justin Trudeau, more than.
And it would be insane to think that he would be the guy to fix it. Ladies and gents, welcome back. We're in a situation here in Canada where we have one guy at the helm. We've got prorogued parliament, so no oversight of that one guy who's supposed to be negotiating with Donald Trump about not putting on 25% tariffs, a blanket tariff on all Canadian goods going into the United States on one issue, the border. It seems to be largely ignoring that one for the past few months, at least, while we knew that this has been happening. But the Canadian situation of negotiating with Donald Trump seems to be deteriorating more and more every day. And then we get news like this. Here's Zachary Tisdale on Twitter saying, in case you're still wondering why Trump is going to slap us with tariffs, yesterday, while Trump was being sworn in again, an illegal snuck across the Canada-US border and killed an American Border Patrol agent. No, we haven't been good neighbors. Canada needs reform. And of course, CBC reporting on this, U.S. Border Patrol agent killed in Vermont near the Canada-U.S. border, says authorities. This is needless. This does not need to be happening. And this is an absolute waste of an amazing human life, a person who swore to protect people. And why is this happening? Well, because we have a porous border and people can cross as they please. And even the article points out here down the bottom, the Swanton sector has the highest rate of illegal crossings from Canada anywhere along the Canada-US border. They knew about this, and they've known about this for some time. But what are we getting? Well, we have this lame duck prime minister, acting temporary prime minister, as he's put it. His intention is to resign. Why we're not going into an election at a time where, honestly, look at the polling. We know where the Canadian people want to be. We can kind of get where Donald Trump wants to be in this whole thing. You probably want to negotiate with the guy that you saw at the beginning of this video, because he was talking, that was him talking back in November. We're going to get into that clip here in a second, but let's have a look at what Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, acting temporary prime minister of the country, has to say about the border situation and what attempts he's going to be putting moving forward.
President Trump also repeated his concerns about the border. While less than 1% of fentanyl and illegal immigrants that enter the United States come from Canada, our government has already acted to address the concerns raised by the President about border security with an over $1 billion comprehensive border plan. We're already working collaboratively to keep our citizens safe on both sides of the border.
We're already doing it. Yay! He allocated money towards a plan. Wait, he also did that for poverty, housing, inflation, debt, crime, and many more things. You wonder why Trump isn't convinced? Yeah, we're making promises to put money on things. This is the legacy of the Trudeau government. If there's a problem, promise to throw money at it. Just promise to throw money at it. Does that actually do anything? Is there anyone, managing this money? Is anybody managing what's going on? What is happening on the ground? No. These are ivory tower elitists just going, here, money, throw money at it. It'll go away. That problem will go away. Well, it's not going to happen. Here it is. This is what he's already done. This is back on December 17th. Government of Canada announces its plan to strengthen border security and immigration systems. A promise to do something in the future. Donald Trump isn't talking about a promise to do something in the future. He's talking about getting stuff done now. And day one, Donald Trump is already getting things done. And this is the moving forward. This is what people are looking forward to. Actually, things getting done. And this is why Canadians want an election. You see where we're going here? This is where we're at. Now, lame duck Prime Minister of Canada, the acting temporary Prime Minister of Canada, is also going to the media saying that, you know, the US is someone to blame on this issue as well. This is irritating, to say the least. Canada, to Trump, we have complaints about the border too. Canada's Prime Minister said, in the interest of Canadians and as well as Americans, to strengthen border security and raise concerns about the rising volume of illegal guns and bad stuff flowing north from the U.S. Not realizing that, I suppose not realizing that that's all Joe Biden. Donald Trump has been in the job for 2 days now, and things are already getting done. Things are already getting done, and that's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to things actually getting done. Joe Biden's gone. That's not happening anymore. Prime Minister Trudeau should be gone so that the things he's done won't be happening anymore. But again, we have to wait for an election for that. Now, Donald Trump was asked recently, just yesterday, President Trump asked if tariff threat is a method to force an early renegotiation of the USMCA trade agreement. Trump says no, suggests it's all about that bad stuff coming up from Canada and down from Canada and up from Mexico. Says that bad stuff is coming through Canada is massive.
To impose tariffs on Canada and Mexico in an effort to force negotiations sooner on USMCA.
No, it's really not on U.S. It has nothing to do with that. They've allowed both of them, Canada very much so. They've allowed millions and millions of people to come into our country that shouldn't be here. They could have stopped them, and they didn't. And they've killed 300,000 people last year. My opinion, have been destroyed by drugs, by fentanyl. The fentanyl coming through Canada is massive. The fentanyl coming through Mexico is massive, and people are getting killed and families are being destroyed. I mean, the son gets killed and the family is a basket case for the rest of their lives. I mean, I've seen mothers that thought they'd heal. They never heal. They say it gets worse with time. It gets worse with time. They lose their boy, they lose their baby, they lose their young daughter to fentanyl poisoning. And I had that talk with President Xi the other day, too, of China. I said, we don't want that crap in our country. We got to stop it. I would have stopped it. I had a deal with him where he was going to give the maximum penalty, which in China is the death penalty for drug dealing. And he was all said he was going to give the maximum penalty to fentanyl dealers. If they send to the United States, they were going to get the death penalty. And of course, Biden didn't pick that up. I had that deal all done. It was all wrapped up. We were going to have it done. And then the election went, let's put it nicely, didn't go the proper way. I'm trying to be nice about it. It was rigged. And we had an incompetent president elected, and he never followed up on that deal. But he should have followed up, because if they got the death penalty, they wouldn't be sending fentanyl to Mexico, Canada, and other places.
And that's really the issue. It's coming in through Canada, through a porous border, our entry ports from China, which we barely ever check. We don't check any of these shipments. And then they come in and then they're shipped into the United States, which is the absolute problem. And it's happening right here in beautiful British Columbia. And you have the audacity of the Premier of Canada, of the Premier of British Columbia, David Eby, to tell Canadians not to go to the US and travel, because as a retaliatory thing, David Eby asks Canadians to think carefully about spending money in the US. He wants you to not give Americans your money. Well, it's a problem. That is a problem. Now, there is, if you think that the tariffs are unfair from the United States, what do you think about Justin Trudeau's tax, 30% tax on all American goods? Seriously, this is a real question. Do you think that the tariffs are unfair? Trudeau has already put a 30% tariff on, or a tax on all American goods coming in to our borders by devaluating our currency. Thanks to him, every dollar you spend is only worth 69.8 cents USD. It may have changed since last night when I wrote this. It's unbelievable. how much our dollar is tanking. And yeah, if we put on more of these trade restrictions, more tariffs, it's just going to hurt us even more. As Pierre Poilievre, he's been pointing this out for months and months. Now, this is from Canada, and this was published back in November of 2024. He's been talking about this for ages. This is the guy we want, and this is the guy that obviously Donald Trump would like to see at the helm in Canada.
They broke the border. Justin Trudeau broke the border. We didn't have these problems before Justin Trudeau. We didn't have Roxham Road before Justin Trudeau. We didn't have these illegal border crossings before Justin Trudeau. We didn't have, the number of asylum claims have gone from 10,000 to over 200,000 under Justin Trudeau, more than 20-fold increase. All the chaos at our border is the result of Justin Trudeau. It's his job to come up with a plan today. You know what we're seeing now, though, is that because the Prime Minister has vacated the border and turned it open to anyone who wants to come in, the premiers are now taking responsibility for our border. Trudeau wants to be in charge of all these provincial areas of jurisdiction, and yet he's not taking care of the one federal job that is most the responsibility of the federal government, which is the border. So we have Quebec.
That's right. It's insane that the provincial governments are having to take care of the situation. And now, even at this point, in taking care of negotiations, you have Danielle Smith talking with Trump for good reason. It's good reason why she's doing that. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comment section down below. Leave a comment down there. What do you think? How are we going to get through this? We're waiting for a decision, a court decision on February 13th, or whether or not we're going to have Parliament go back. And then we can have a non-confidence vote, which we could put us into an early election. Or do we have to wait a few more months while the Liberals sort out their stuff? And that's unreal. It's unreal. We're in limbo. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.